Hi folks, DJ Urbanovsky, American Kami Custom Blades, Omaha, Nebraska, here to give you the mandatory safety briefing and my preferred carry method for my new Colubris mid-tech. These sheaths have a lot of strong retention built into them. They're that way for a reason. They'll break in and lose a little bit of that as you draw the knife and use it over time, but wanted a lot of retention built into these sheaths. We don't want these knives coming out in our pants or someplace where we don't want them coming out. That's obviously bad. We do not have a grommet here in this region of the sheath because of how I've got it set up. It's set up this way for a reason, and that's to get you to draw it in a specific way. When we're drawing the sheath, if it's not attached to your rig or your belt or tucked into your waistband or arrested by this shock cord here, if we're drawing it with both hands, we want to make sure that when we're holding it, try not to wrap our hands around the sheath. We want to kind of pinch it like this. May be challenging for some people. And just be diligent with it, and don't let your index finger migrate into this area of the sheath. That would be very bad, as you may be able to see from these scars on my index finger here. So be diligent about that. Accidents happen. These knives are sharp. They will cut the hell out of you, okay? So we want to hold our sheath like this. When we grasp the knife, we're wrapping these three fingers around the handle, and you'll notice when we do that, we're indexing off of these jimping areas right here for traction with our pinky. And then this bump right here drops right in between our index and our ring, or excuse me, our middle and our ring finger right here. And then our index finger goes here. So actually this index finger is going to prevent any forward movement of this hand, and that's going to prevent you from getting cut. And you'll notice that this is right where the index finger belongs with the guard, the molded area of the sheath. When we draw the knife as such, you'll notice that we automatically have a good grasp on it. Our thumb drops into the thumb dish, and then again there's our neutral balance point, as we mentioned in the first video where we were going over features and benefits of this knife. So that's how we draw the knife. When we resheath the knife, we always resheath it outside of our pants if we're doing an inside the waistband thing with this shock cord. Don't want people stabbing themselves in the groin or any place else. Always resheaths outside the pants. So there's that. We'll go into my preferred carry method now, which is with a piece of gutted 550 cord. You'll notice we have a big loop of cord right here. We've got a tail here that's kind of knotted, and then we've got our cord lock right here, which is going to slide and allow us to adjust where the knife rides. So first thing we do is we decide where we're going to hang the knife off of our belt. I've got this 215 gear belt right here. It's got a stitched in soft point. It's a fantastic piece of gear. I highly suggest that you pick one up. 215 gear is awesome, people. The belt's awesome also. What I like to do is pull this on this side of my belt loop so that the belt can't slide when we go to draw the knife. So the first thing we're going to do is slide our cord through here as such, and then the knife goes through that loop, and then we just snug it down tight. So we've got all this extra cord here with a knife on the end, and then we've got our adjustment tail right here. What we're going to do next then is kind of figure out about where we want this thing to ride. I like mine to ride somewhere between 1 and 3 right in this area. So we grab this tail and we pull. And as we're doing that, we'll tuck the knife in and take up all of that slack, and then we'll grab this cord lock, slide it down against the sheath, and then that's actually going to ride on your pants and your belt and help stabilize the rig. So the front of the knife is stabilized by this cord attached to the belt. The rear of the knife and the middle of the knife are stabilized by this ball lock, and then by the handle of the knife on the belt. And then you can either wrap this excess cord around the sheath, tuck it in your pants, or I can just tuck it in here and then I'll wrap it around a couple of times usually. And you can also attach a carabiner to your belt loop if you don't have a soft point or a rigger's belt or something like that. Carabiner makes it a little easier to get it on and off. I don't find that it's necessary. This is just what I do. And then you'll see the knife melts away. you can't really see it at all. And then for deployment, you just grab, rip the knife out, and there it is. Again, DJ Urbanovsky, American Kami Custom Blades, Colubris Midtech, $299, OD, Coyote, or Black, www.americankami.com. Peace, be safe everybody.